Welcome to the Time of Your Life with the Baltimore County Department of Aging. I'm your host, Ethel Rasmussen. As always, the Time of Your Life is about sharing resources for living your best life and dedicated to keeping you well informed about the programs and services that are exclusively designed for you. You can also connect with BCDA through the agency's multimedia platforms that include our website, Facebook, the Time of Your Life Digest, Flickr, and Map, as well as an abundance of printed resources. For professionals, please consider viewing posts on LinkedIn for current programs and services to share with clients, residents, or patients, as well as BCDA's professional educational opportunities. Connections to BCDA will keep you in the know, so please take advantage of our many options we offer. The new year is quickly approaching. Many of us experience reflective thoughts about this past year, as well as things we would like to change or accomplish in the new year. While some may consider this to be their New Year's resolutions, others may call it proactive planning. This show presents wonderful options for those who would like to learn about the many possibilities available at BCDA for your time, talents, interests, and pure fun. We would like to think of this edition of the Time of Your Life as sharing possibilities for planning your activities and leisure time for 2023. Danielle Singley, Program Manager for Home Team at the Baltimore County Department of Aging, is on the show to share information about this special volunteer program and how it supports older adults in many ways. The show continues with Precious Agubuzo, Director of the Arbutus Senior Center at the Baltimore County Department of Aging. Precious shares information about Baltimore County's 21 senior centers and the many events and parties that you'll want to add to your 2023 calendar. Let's start the show by welcoming Allison Vogren, Manager of the Volunteer Program at the Baltimore County Department of Aging, who will share information about the RSVP program. Allison, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Ethel.
As we approach a new year, we think about opportunities or goals we would like to pursue. Supporting a volunteer position is one pursuit many consider. For the numerous and wonderful reasons people seek out volunteer roles, let's start our conversation by talking about BCDA's Retired and Senior Volunteer Program of Baltimore County, known as RSVP. Allison, please share information about this federal grant initiative, including eligibility and overall network it supports.
Thanks, Ethel. So RSVP is the nation's largest volunteer network for people ages 55 and over. And as you've indicated, it's a federal grant program funded through AmeriCorps. And its focus is to connect seniors with meaningful opportunities to serve in their communities, which we then take the impact data and report that to Congress so that they can see what seniors are contributing in their local communities.
So why is volunteerism important?
Volunteerism is critical to filling in the gaps in our society. Our whole health of society depends on it, whether that be locally or globally. Volunteers are strengthening our communities. They're bringing new perspectives, creativity. They're filling in voids where we don't have staff able to do these positions. And just to put it in perspective for you, there are over 2 million nonprofit organizations alone in the country that rely on volunteers. Some of them, and we see these in our network here with the RSVP program, are strictly volunteer-led. This means without these grassroots efforts, the services these organizations provide would cease to exist.
Allison, are there specific skills required to become a volunteer, and what is the process to identify the perfect fit for a volunteer position?
So I think it's first important to mention that somebody should have a willingness and open mind when it comes to seeking out a volunteer placement. And that involves getting in touch with yourself. What are you passionate about? What can you bring to the table? What are your interests? So that's where the RSVP office comes in hand. We help meet individually with prospective volunteers to look at what professional and other volunteer experience they have, what skill sets they have, what their interests are, and what they want to get out of their experience. Then we can hone in on the individual skills that are required for each individual activity, because it does vary, whether that be technical skills, driving, it varies. So our job here in the RSVP office is to help people figure that out and navigate. And then we look at our list of agency partners and we make suggestions based on what we heard from the individual, and we guide them to that opportunity. And then I'm sorry, there are other factors too that we need to factor in, such as access to transportation, how far someone's willing to travel, their commitment level. So as you can see, there are a number of things we have to take into consideration, and ultimately we want to be sure that the placement is a good fit for both the agency and the volunteer so that it's a win-win.
I know our viewers would love to learn more about the diverse volunteer opportunities that are available through RSVP. Can you talk about the RSVP partners you have?
So, RSVP of Baltimore County is one of the larger programs in the Maryland Delaware region, and we have 31 agency partners throughout the county. So, they range in size, in the services they provide, so there's surely something for everybody. And it could be outdoor work versus indoor work. It could be clerical versus working with people, working with kids, with adults. So there is quite a range. And just to give you a specific idea, we have volunteers who are out in the community planting trees to restore air and water quality in our environment. We have volunteers who are helping in the classroom, giving one-on-one instruction to children. We have volunteers who are advocates for kids in the foster care system so that they don't get missed out and don't feel left alone. And we have volunteers that are providing tax assistance for people who otherwise couldn't afford that. So this list barely scratches the surface. So there's a lot of opportunities, and that's what our office is here to help you with navigating them and finding that right fit.
Allison, working so closely with the volunteers, would you mind sharing some comments you've heard from volunteers you've worked with?
So we often hear that volunteers find meaning in the volunteer work that they're doing. And this is especially important for those who are just have recently retired. Having something to retire to, some kind of consistent schedule is important. And overall, we've heard a lot of people say it gives them purpose, and it fills their day, and they get a lot from the experience. And in fact, I would like to have you hear from firsthand one of our volunteers, Frank Thomas. He's going to share about his experiences.
Right. My name is Frank Thomas. I'm a volunteer in the Baltimore County community, and I work through RSVP to volunteer with various organizations, including the Baltimore County Christian Work Camp, which makes repairs to people's homes and helps them stay in it. Find it a very rewarding experience because I have seen instances where people have not been out of their home in a year or more, and all of a sudden, after we build a wheelchair ramp for them, they are able to get out and get into the community, and the smile on their face is so rewarding. I also work with the American Red Cross to deliver blood and from donation centers, and I work with the Department of Aging in trying to help people sign up for Part D prescription drug insurance. I would encourage anybody who wishes to volunteer and give to their community to contact the RSVP.
RSVP thanks Mr. Thomas for his many contributions, and we hope that he's inspired many of you to get involved in volunteering.
I've read about the health benefits that correlate to volunteerism. Can you elaborate on that?
So what you're referencing is this phenomenon of doing good for others is good for you. And research has shown that altruistic behaviors, by partaking in them, you're increasing the endorphins in your brain, which leads to more happiness. And it's been known that volunteering leads to improved health physically, mentally, socially, and emotionally. And there was a study that the National Institute of Health had conducted, and they found that volunteering a minimum of 100 hours a year would decrease loneliness, decreases your mortality rate, it increases your optimism, your overall health. So that summarizes these benefits. And when you think about it and you break it down, 100 hours minimum is certainly feasible. That's a little less than 2 hours a week, a year, that you could have these positive impacts, meet new friends, have a good feeling, and just start your day off on a positive note.
Allison, can you share some of the other volunteer benefits?
So as When volunteers join our RSVP network, they're part of this larger core of volunteers. So they have access to other volunteer opportunities that are going on. We're always promoting those. They are also eligible for our annual volunteer recognition event we do, just a small token of our appreciation to say thank you. We also recognize volunteers through spotlights on Facebook, in the newspaper, in our newsletter, and then they're also eligible for various awards. So we have two volunteers coming up who are being nominated for the Maryland Senior Citizens Hall of Fame Award. So there's different opportunities throughout the year for recognition.
For those interested in learning more about volunteer opportunities, who should they contact?
You can contact the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program office. We're located in Towson, and our number is 410-887-3101, and our email is volunteers@baltimorecountymd.gov. And like I said, when you contact us, we'll arrange a time to meet with you. We have an application process that needs to be completed, but it's brief, and then we get you connected with the agency.
Allison, is there any closing comments you would like to make?
Yeah, well, now that the holiday time is upon us, this is the perfect time to give back, bring joy to others. So our office looks forward to hearing from you.
Gandhi said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Thank you for being on the show today.
And thank you for helping us to get the word out about our program.
We're going to take a short break, but first join approximately 8,000 mature adults who subscribe to BCDA's newspaper, The Time of Your Life Digest. Subscriptions are reasonable at $5 annually for Baltimore County residents over 60 years of age and $7 for under 60 who are Baltimore County residents or for those residing in other counties. The information can be found to become a subscriber by calling 410-887-3050.